everyone, what's up? It's Gina Grad from The Brian and Gina Show, the official podcast of Los Angeles Magazine. I was scrolling through Instagram recently, and oh my God, I stumbled upon an old clip from the Johnny Carson show that had Bette Davis. It was just banter. It was just business, just the patter that you do when you're on a show and, I don't know, the most popular late night talk show in the world, and just chit-chatting. And he asks her, just to poke fun, just as a joke, is there anyone in the industry who you would never work with again? Maybe not expecting her to answer. And before he can get the question out, she hits Faye Dunaway so hard, so publicly, eviscerates her. As I saw in the clip, it says there's shade and then there's a total eclipse. I mean, it was just elbows. I've got to show you this clip. It is a genuine artifact from yesteryear that I can't even imagine somebody doing today. So let's watch the clip and then we'll discuss.
So who's one of the worst people you know in Hollywood?
That I worked with?
Or that you wouldn't want to work with again? If you don't have to comment on that.
$1 million, Faye Dunaway. Everybody you can put into this chair will tell you exactly the same thing.
What is it about Miss Dunaway that makes her...
Well, she's just totally impossible.
Really?
Yes, I don't think we have the time to go into all the reasons. She just, let's put it, she is just uncooperative.
She's not there.
Totally. Miss Dunaway is for Miss Dunaway. We did Amy Semple McPherson in Denver, Colorado, in a big, big tabernacle. I was Amy's mother. She was playing Amy, of course. So 5,000 people who are going to get box lunches come into the tabernacle. 20 minutes later, we are still all sitting there. Amy Semple has not appeared, Miss Dunaway at all. The audience was getting a little upset, as you can imagine. So I thought, well, you better do something. So I said, well, I think I'll entertain you for a while we wait. And I sang, I've written a letter to Daddy, and I sang the whole song for them, which helped a little bit. It helped a little. No, she truly, all seriously, is really, she's very unprofessional.
I see.
Difficult woman.
Okay, lot to unpack here. So, first of all, is this a lost art? Is telling it like it is just something of a vestige of the past? I mean, obviously these women were feuding, or at least on one side, and Faye had acted in such a way that Bette couldn't take it anymore. Also, she's Bette Davis. And Bette Davis agrees, obviously, that Bette Davis can say whatever the hell Bette Davis wants. But then it gets me thinking of one of my favorite quotes, and I don't know who to attribute it to, but it's something to the effect of, if you don't want people to talk bad about you, you probably should have behaved differently. So I waffle between these things. Like, is it just so classless and so tacky to say things like that on the public stage and to out someone from a private incident and to just eviscerate them in public? Or had everyone had enough, and the people who had been possibly treated badly by Faye Dunaway for God knows how long, standing up, cheering, hoisting Bette on high, and just saying, thank you. Thank you for being our champion. Thank you for saying what we've all wanted to say for so long. I do think if recent history shows that we don't do that anymore. There's a lot of open secrets in Hollywood regarding people's behavior. Now, on the more dangerous side, one of those open secrets used to be Bill Cosby and his treatment of women. And I don't know, do we still have to say allegedly? Quaaluding women and assaulting them? Are we still saying allegedly? Okay, allegedly. But there's stuff that isn't quite as dangerous. There's, people with just bad attitudes that everybody kind of knows, like maybe someone who's completely unaffiliated with Hollywood or with the entertainment industry, or I'll say in middle America, because that's where I'm from, and I certainly wouldn't have known this, that don't know and that everybody's happy. But there are talk show hosts out here and in New York that have getting a little bit of press about their attitudes. But it's a fairly open secret that some of them, past and present, are deeply unpleasant to work with. When it comes to actors, you hear gossip, you'll see in, some sort of a gossip blog, like, ooh, the reports on set is that, so-and-so is really hard to work with. Like, I don't know if this is true, but I heard a rumor that, remember Magic Mike, Don't Act Like You Don't Remember the first one? It was a masterpiece. The guy who played the kid, there was a reason he wasn't in the second one, because the rumor was he was allegedly really hard to work with. Now, I don't know, but what I do know is that never have I ever seen Channing Tatum or Matthew McConaughey or anyone else go on Jimmy Kimmel and just deliver elbow after elbow about what a piece of shit somebody is. It doesn't happen. I don't know why. Part of me is glad, because I think that in general, decorum is something that we're sorely lacking as a society. If you don't believe me, go to a theater on a Friday night to see a piece of art, a musical, a play, or go to a nice restaurant, get on a plane, see people showing up in their rattiest of clothing, see how the way, obviously, people talk to each other online, a way that God willing, they wouldn't do in person. But decorum is lacking. And I'm glad that at the very least, we don't have constant, headbutting outside of, I don't know, election campaign time. However, there is something so great about some old bird who has just been in the industry for decades, who has earned the right to say whatever she wants, because obviously in that clip she was, Bette Davis was elderly, and just saying the truth, or I hate when people say this, but her truth, the truth. She told a story. She said, I will, for $1 million, which then maybe, I don't know, $10 million, there is no amount of money that would have ever put her in a situation working with that person again. Do we all have that amount of money? Of course. We've all met people, worked with people, know someone who knows someone who says, I don't care, you can back up the Brinks truck. It's not worth my peace of mind. And to hear Bette Davis say that, I don't know, man. I watched that clip like 5 times, and I think when I get off, I'm going to go watch it again. What do you guys think? Do you love that Bette Davis clip? Do you think she was absolutely within her right to say it? Do you think it was an awful thing that she did? Would you like celebrities to be more honest, or do you just think, you know what? We have enough problems. We have enough divisiveness. Let's just all play it cool. Tell me in the comments below, because I'm very interested in your opinion on this. And while you're there, please don't forget to like and subscribe right here to the Los Angeles Magazine YouTube channel. We do this every day. There's lots of great content on here. And of course, the Brian and Gina Show, which you can experience twice a week wherever you listen to podcasts. Download the Brian and Gina Show, like, subscribe, please leave a nice review. It makes a big difference for us. And I'll talk to you tomorrow.